What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We are at this remote location that I've always wanted to check out. It's a lot creepier than I thought. It's this abandoned house, and I guess a little carport used to be. What creeps me out the most is how that windows, or all those windows, are just broken, and I could just picture somebody walking by. It could be just a homeless person, but or it could be like a drug addict, or it could be a ghost. So it's kind of creeping me out right now. Today's video, I want to talk about one thing, and that is a lot of people have actually been asking me, like, how many miles is too much for a diesel truck? I want to buy a Duramax, but it has over like 200,000 miles. It has over 250,000 miles. Like, what is too much? So I want to talk about that because a lot of you guys didn't know this, and a lot of you guys were actually pretty surprised whenever you found out. My Duramax actually has 180,000 miles on it. I bought it with like 173. So yeah, no, about 171. So I put about 9 to 10,000 miles on it since I bought it. There's a lot of bugs. And 1 second. The previous owner took really good care of it, and they did really good maintenance on it. Only thing that I was surprised that they didn't do, because they took really good care of it, is that it didn't have a lift pump when I bought it. So like one of the first things I did was putting a lift pump on the truck. And also I did the lift pump because I just wanted to reduce the risk of the CP4 issue with the LMLs. So with that being said, a lot of you guys also ask me, like, I'm looking to buy a diesel truck, I'm looking to buy a Duramax. I found this one, it has 200,000 miles on it. Like, what's too much? Like, what's the limit? So I'm gonna basically go over like what would be considered too much. Gosh, so many bugs. Just remember, I am not a diesel mechanic. I don't pretend to be, but this is a topic that fascinates me, and this is a topic that I love to like do research on and, you know, learn more about. So if you want to contribute to this discussion, you know, you're more than welcome to leave comments below. I always like appreciate that. You're taking the time out of your day to, you know, leave a comment to, you know, help somebody out. That's always like a really good gesture, and I do appreciate that. So let's go ahead and talk about it. 170,000 miles when I bought it. Ideally, I didn't want to buy a vehicle with that many miles. Like, even if it's a Duramax, I just didn't want to. But if I wanted to buy a 2011 with like with around 100,000 miles on it, it would have been out of my price range. Those trucks still go for around mid 30s, sometimes even closer to 40s, depending on like the trim model. And with this being a Denali, Denalis are very exclusive and very desirable, and everybody wants Denali. So the resale values on these are ridiculous. So 2011 Denali with like around 100,000 miles, it would have been in the high 30s, even in 40s I've seen, which I would not pay $40,000 for an 11. But I chose this one because the previous owner took really good care of it. It was already lifted. It was on American Forces, which I don't like American Forces, but I knew I could sell them and get money. I knew I could sell the American Forces and, you know, get new wheels that I would like and not lose too much money, because I just know that American Forces have good resale value. So that, and I wanted a black truck, and the price was just right. So in my experience, buying a truck with 170,000 miles, that's typically around the time where you have to start doing a lot of maintenance. So when I bought this truck, it didn't have any engine codes, and it came with the Edge Insight. So I checked for engine codes. There were nothing on there. About 2 months into owning the truck, engine light came up, and turns out it was a thermostat. So huge relief. I was like, oh, I got like ripped off. No, it was just a thermostat. It was like $100 part, and my buddy Bucky, he replaced the thermostat for me, and we made a very interesting video over there. So thermostat, and then as well as the one of the glow plugs needed to be replaced. And ideally, if one goes out, you want to replace all 8. But I just kind of took a risk. I said, let me just replace one, and if other ones start failing, then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and replace all 8. So there was that, and I had to buy the upper control arms right away, because whenever the guy was selling the truck to me, he said, yeah, you might want to get new ball joints because the boot is busted, which there wasn't any play, but when the boot is busted, I don't like to keep it busted. So I went and got the Cognito upper control arms, which will get changed out with my McGoy's upper control arm next week. That was all within like 3 months of owning this truck. I had to get the control arms, glow plugs, or glow plug, thermostat. I also added the lift pump. Now that the time is approaching for me to lift it higher, and I have bigger wheels and tires than when I first bought this truck, it does take a good bit to like stop the truck. So I do want to upgrade the brakes, and the brakes do need to get replaced because they have about 20 to 30% left. So that's another $200 for like all the brakes, and I'm probably just gonna turn the rotors. If not, then I would have to get new rotors. So that's another, you know, $200 to maybe even $300 that you have to spend on maintenance. That's my personal experience on maintenance part of owning a vehicle with 170,000 miles on it. Now, you guys go on Facebook or Craigslist. Nobody uses Craigslist anymore, but you go on Facebook Marketplace, or you're on the Facebook forums, and you see somebody selling a LOI or LBZ Duramax with like 200,000 miles on it, and they're selling it. Should you buy that? And my question is, depending on the price obviously, but when somebody had a truck for 200,000 miles, at that point most of the maintenance has been done. So the brakes have been replaced. They might have even done the injectors. If it was LB7s, then they most likely had the injectors done. A lot of the maintenance were done if it was at 200,000 miles. And like the whole front end was probably rebuilt. If they modified that vehicle, then they probably like upgraded the front end to like kryptonite or other components. And so if the price is right, and if everything's rebuilt, and if they're asking like a couple $1,000s more than like the value of it, that might not be a bad idea for you to buy it. Like you're paying $2,000 more than what it's worth, but at the end it'll save you like $3,000 to $4,000 on all the repairs and maintenance that you would have had to done. So with that being said, my plan for the next truck is that I do want to get another LOI, or possibly even LBZ, maybe even LB7. But I do want to get an older vehicle that have maybe higher miles, just so that way everything's already kind of rebuilt. Leave a comment in the below what you guys think. Maybe that might not be the best idea. I might just want to buy something that didn't have things rebuilt, just so that way I can fully walk you guys through it. I don't know. I'm still kind of itching to get the newer body style LMLs or L5Ps, so I don't know what I want to do yet. My goal right now is just to finish this. I want to get it lifted up higher, off-road bumper, new headlights are coming in, and new grill, and that really should be it for this truck. And I'll probably just pay it off as fast as possible, and then we can start getting ready for the next build. So yeah, so to wrap it up, at 170,000 miles, I had to do a decent amount of maintenance, and I will have to continue to do a decent amount of maintenance on it, just because that's right around the time where, you know, things probably need to get replaced. But once you go over like 200,000 miles, chances are a lot of those things that needed to get replaced were already replaced. So, I mean, it's totally up to you. When I bought this truck, I knew that I would have to do your general maintenance and your general your upgrades with, you know, having a vehicle with this many miles and having a vehicle that's, you know, this old. So that's something to think about and be aware of. So let's see. When I bought this truck, I did ask the previous owner if the front end had been rebuilt, and the front end was not rebuilt at all. The tie rods were stock. There's little chopstick tie rods that are thinner than the chopsticks that I use at home. But I don't, to me, I don't care, because when I buy a truck, most of the times I lift them, and when I do lift them, I rebuild the whole front end with heavy duty parts. That's why, like my last truck, it kind of sucks. Once I bought this truck, I didn't realize how well my previous truck was built. Everything was upgraded, gearbox was upgraded, tie rods, upper control arms, hubs, brakes, everything was upgraded. Like I previously mentioned, around 200,000 miles, everything's already rebuilt. So with my LOY, right before I sold it, can you guys see me? All right, right before I sold it, I upgraded literally everything you could on that Duramax, except like engine stuff. New brakes, new hubs, new gearbox, new tie rods, control arms, wheels and tires. Everything on that was upgraded. The gearbox, I went with the redhead gearbox. Before the redhead gearbox, it had like so much play that I didn't really like driving it. Also, oh, and I got new pitman arm and idle arms too. By the time I put the gearbox, new idle and pitman arm, that thing was so firm that it rode better than a stock like 2015-16 GMCs. And it was lifted on 8 inches with 37s on 14 wides. It was that nice, it was that firm. So once I sold that truck and I got this, and I'm like, damn, I gotta like start over. I gotta like rebuild the whole front end. I gotta upgrade everything up front with heavy duty stuff once I you know, put a bigger lift kit on it. It's all fun though. So yeah, that's my point right there. Like if you do buy an older Duramax, chances are a lot of the maintenance and a lot of upgrades have been done. And that is my little insight and my little tip for you guys today. I hope this really helped you guys out on making your decision on buying a vehicle with high miles or not. To finish this video, a lot of people are probably like curious on like how many miles is too much, like engine wise. Like, is 250,000 miles on a Duramax, is that too much? Well, that's a pretty controversial topic. I think everyone has different opinions. So with that being said, I'm not going to answer that question. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. So leave a comment below, and then we can all just, you know, go through the comment section and have like a little discussion on what you think is too much, what you think is ideal, what you think is okay. So that is it for this video. I'm gonna get out of here because this place is creepy. So, oh, by the way, we have a truck meet coming up in less than 2 weeks. It'll be July 20th. We have Braden Price coming. We have That Wide Bow Tie. We've got Mark coming. We have Golden Motors. Sick Years coming. Black Mamba. My friend Alex. Everybody's gonna be there. A lot of people are gonna be there. It's gonna be a good time. Me and Mark decided to, come up with this truck meet because we want to see a lot of trucks and we just want to have a good time. Like me and Mark, we hang out all the time, and we were like, it would be a great idea if we can like just hang out like this with hundreds of other truckers. So you mother truckers better come register. Link will be in the description below. All the pre-register VIPs have been sold out. What that means is we will take walk-ins that day because we have limited shirts and limited spots. So probably take like maybe 10 or 15 more on that day. So it's first come, first serve if you want VIP spot and get some merch or get some goodies that comes with VIP. If not, you can do general parking. General parking is $10. It'll get you entered to the show, and it'll get you parked up front as well. We do have free parking, but that's in the back, and that doesn't get you entered for the show. So it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have fun. Yeah, that is all I wanted to talk about today. Head over to the comment section and let's get the discussion going on for the topic that I just talked about. So hope you guys have a great day. I hope to see a lot of you guys at the truck meet actually. So I will see you guys next time, and hopefully the next time I see you guys, I will be dropping this beast off for the new lift. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe and share this video with 15 of your friends. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.